All right, welcome back. Well, Mr. Hamza Mohammed is the Commissioner for Information in Nasarawa State. He joins us now to give us his perspective on this entire impeachment debacle. Thank you for coming on this morning.
Yeah, good morning. Sunrise Daily.
Well, we just had Mr. John Matthew raising some matters about the wrongdoings he thinks that the Honorable CJ committed, especially when the House notified him of some questions, big question marks, about, now he says, all of the members of that panel, yet they went ahead.
I don't want to join issues with John Matthew because this panel is a panel that has been constituted by the Chief Judge in compliance with the requirements of the Constitution. If John Matthew or the House of Assembly have any grounds with the composition of the panel, they have only one option, just one option, or they shut up. The option is for them to go to the court, because the Supreme Court has opened the door that within subsection 1 and subsection 9 of section 188, if there's any breach in the compliance of the process of the removal of the governor, you can seek the court's interpretation as to whether there is substantial compliance or not. If you go to the court and the court interprets that as substantial compliance, well, the court will give you redress.
Can we then say that that's the master stroke that the Honorable CJ brought into this matter? Because before now, the governor was complaining that, look, he's not been served, that the people don't want him to be impeached. There was protest in the streets of Nasarawa, only for the governor to appear before the same panel. Suddenly feels comfortable with the panel. So was the plan then to say, okay, let's go ahead, set up this panel, let them have questions, because if they have questions, let them go to court. If they go to court, you stave off this impeachment and the governor finishes his tenure.
No, you see, when the impeachment notice was unveiled, the judiciary was on strike, remember? So there was no way the governor can seek redress over the non-compliance of certain sections of 188, subsection of 188, that the House of Assembly refused to comply with. And when he appeared before the panel, he made it clear that he has misgivings about the non-compliance of the Assembly members and the Speaker especially, because subsection 2 of 188 requires the Speaker, after receiving the notice of allegation, to cause to serve to each member of the House of Assembly and to the holder of the office those notice of allegations. He never served the governor. He never served the governor.
Not directly or by substituted means.
There is no substituted means. He has not sought the opinion or the assistance of any institution. He cannot seek the assistance of the House of Assembly because that is not the function of the House of Assembly. That function is restricted to the Speaker. The letter is served to the Speaker, and the Speaker shall cause to be served to each holder to each member of the House of Assembly and the holder of the office. They failed to do that. He has misgivings about that. The courts were on strike, so he has no option. This panel was going to sit.
What do you say to those who then think that the governor should not have appeared at that panel if he had all of these questions or misgivings in order to be seen to be consistent with his perspective or objective or his belief?
Unfortunately, as a realist, if he doesn't appear, there are already cases in the past when Nyako didn't appear before the panel because he has a grouse with the issue of the service of notice. What happened? The panel went ahead and passed its judgment.
Just quickly, though, I want to deviate from that matter and quickly ask you, because we understand that some people lost their lives in a recent clash between two ethnic groups, one suspected to be that of the governor and the other that of the Minister for Information. Is that true?
It's unfortunate that it is the aftermath of the PDP rally that was held last week by the Minister of Information. You know, when they came to Lafia in a rally to support the members of the assembly, they vowed to unleash mayhem on Nasarawa State. And when the members eventually returned to Lafia to sit and pass that obnoxious resolution, the members left for their various constituencies. And this particular member, Debacle, from OB1 federal state constituency, went to his village, and while they were celebrating, naturally Dedere is a predominantly APC settlement. And they were trying to...
and that's where this happened?
Yes, that's where it happened. But the deaths did not arise from the clashes. There was no clash. These people that died were killed in their farms. They were followed in their farms and they were hacked to death.
But supporters of which
PDP,
party?
by the PDP.
Because you just said, I mean, a lot of people will say that how do we know that? There's been no investigation. First of all, you say that, you know, the minister's rally, they vowed to unleash mayhem.
Yes,
a lot of people find that difficult to believe. We also happened to cover that rally.
Yes.
We didn't quite hear him say anything.
He said if they blow the whistle, Nasarawa State would not be comfortable to any person. Go and relive that tape.
Whistle blowing usually will be...
They will blow their whistle, call their supporters, and everybody, the place will be uncomfortable for everybody.
Is that a literal interpretation? Yes. You're taking it to mean?
He even gave it a more clearer interpretation when you go through the tape. I wish the tape is with you to be able to recall what he exactly said.
Well, you say that, I mean, because a lot of people will be finding it difficult to relate what happened last week and people dying this week. If no persons died last week, how come people are dying this week?
He made the threat last week and the members resumed this week. They resumed this week and it happened. They all hoots in the night. The child dies in the morning.
But we all understand that the house of a PDP supporter was burnt to the ground.
It's not true. It's not true.
The house and car of a PDP supporter wasn't burnt?
In Dedere? No.
Was it
Not that I know. I'm just on life here.
Okay, let's look at that panel that the legislators were complaining about.
Yes.
I mean, their complaint had to do with 3 people, basically.
Yes.
Or was it 7 of them?
2 PDP and 1 purported to be a member of a board.
How do you mean, purported?
Yeah, he's not a member of a board.
Did we not see the documents where he signed to collect his allowances in June?
It's not true. It's cooked. It's a cooked document.
Please explain.
The Christian Pilgrims Welfare Board is a board established by law of the House of Assembly and has an executive secretary. And he confirmed that he has not issued that document. Because for a document to be true, you have to get a certified true copy from the institution. And that member had left that board for more than a year now.
Okay.
And it is curious that PDP, the 20 members of the PDP, will be complaining that 2 members of the panel are PDP members.
Well, they say this is in line with the Constitution, and that is to show that they have no other interest rather than to follow the Constitution.
Okay, if they had no other interest, they should have approached the court to complain about the fact that the Chief Judge had not complied with the section of that section of the Constitution that requires him to appoint these people devoid of their membership of political parties, legislative houses, or members of the public service.
But wait, if the governor is so clean.
Yes, he is.
He's okay.
Yes.
If he's so clean, why didn't he, seeing that these people have issues with it, why didn't he at least, appeal to the Chief Judge to do something about the complaint so that they won't have any basis so that this would have been stretched this far?
He is being accused and he is about to be removed from office. What appeal will he give to the Chief Judge? Every institution has a power. The Chief Judge has the power to appoint a panel. As soon as he appoints the panel, he becomes functus official. The House of Assembly, the Speaker, has a duty to receive notice of allegation and distribute. As soon as he does that, he becomes functus official with respect to that function.
Okay.
And the panel has completed its work, has submitted its report.
Let me even read this because since you talk about submitting this report, Section 188, subsection 7, paragraph A and B says, 7 says, a panel appointed under this section shall A, have such powers and exercise its functions in accordance with such procedure as may be prescribed by the House of Assembly, and B, within 3 months of its appointment, report its findings to the House of Assembly. Now, we understand from the Council today that, number 1, the panel did not get any directive from the House about the procedure to guide their activities. They went ahead by themselves. They had an option. They could have written to the House, give us the procedures to comply by. And two, they say, why would the House, the panel, after their findings, announce their findings, acquitting the governor, because it's supposed to start and end in the House of Assembly?
From what has transpired, from the revelations you are getting from both the members of the House and the legal practitioner here, there are weird interpretations of the Constitution that has informed their various illegalities. Now, that section says the powers and functions or rules of procedure as may be prescribed. As may be prescribed. If the Assembly prescribes it, good. If it doesn't prescribe, they have the duty to do so.
That's what you think?
Yes, as may be prescribed. What does may means? May is discretionary. If you have the discretion to give rules of procedure, if you don't give the rules of procedure, you have relinquished your responsibility to do so. And the panel has an obligation.
There's an allegation that the CJ was doing a hatchet job for the governor. Is it true?
I cannot comment about that.
But you heard about it?
Only from the members of the Assembly who have initiated the impeachment proceeding in the first place.
Okay. We'll have to end it here, unfortunately.
I told you the panel has submitted their report on Monday this week.
To the House of Assembly.
Because Mr. John Matthew from the clerk. I'll give you the number of the clerk. You call him, he will confirm to you.
How do they submit it? Is it official? Do they bring it like they're bringing the budget, or is it something that they transmit maybe just in a mail to the House?
Unlike the submission of the budget, in which the Constitution prescribes the mode of submission of the budget, submission of anything to the House of Assembly is submit to the clerk. You have submitted to the House of Assembly. He's the chief administrative officer of the House of Assembly.
Okay.
So he has confirmed to me, he has received the report and he has submitted the report to the Speaker of the House of Assembly.
All right, Mr. Hamza Mohammed is the Commissioner for Information in Nasarawa State. Well, thank you for coming on again today.
Thank you.
Well, that's it today on the program. We thank you all for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.